Go ahead and hit. Thank you, Rose. I was just going to do that. I am looking for what I'm going to share on screen. While I'm doing that, does anybody have any wins? If you can come off chat, tell me something good from this week.
I got a phone call this morning,
Oh, tell us
and
about it.
I am because I have to scream this to the world. This is huge. I had a lady from the Department of Veteran Affairs reach out to me,
Okay.
and I was informed that they have a serious shortage of landlords. And I don't know about your guys' states, but here in Indiana, the Department of VA has partnered with Brightpoint as well
Hmm.
as HUD, and they are providing rental assistance to the VAs, and there is a shortage of landlords and houses. So I was able to get connected with a couple people here locally, and we're gonna see. I'm not gonna go down the loop like the wormhole with it, but I want to at least see if I can connect people because this is kind of in my niche as far as where the seniors go. And with working with
Yeah.
with working with the League for the Blind and the Disabled, as well as being with AARP, I know I'm going to come into contact with this. So at least having the resources, but wanted to put the bug in
Hmm.
everybody's ear. You might want to reach out if you don't have a contact, or if you do, reach out to your VA and HUD and see if there's anything going on that you guys might be able to be a connector for.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Um, who would be the buyer of the homes? It sounds like they need more rental
And
options.
yeah,
Who's funding the homes?
so the investors would be the homeowner.
Okay,
The good
okay.
thing is, I always say this wrong, is it the DRSC or DCR, whatever. Yeah.
DSCR. Yep, yep.
Thank you. So those loans probably would be one of the go-tos for the investors, because essentially what we would need to do is put the homeowners or landlords into contact with Brightpoint or VA or HUD. So she said, let me find oh, I put it in my purse here. She said that it's called HUD VASH, VASH, and it's Section 8 for VAs. They collaborate between the VA and Housing Authority. VA does the case management and all of the vetting.
Mm,
And then Brightpoint can help with housing assistance as well as the HUD program. So
that's really
essentially,
cool.
yeah. So essentially what it sounds like is the funding comes from in part HUD, and then VA helps subsidize whatever HUD may not help with.
Okay, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing, and a really good tip, especially as I freaked out yesterday. Looking at my calendar, there's only 3 weeks left in Q3. So if you're not hitting your goals, like now is the time to hunker down, because what we do today is going to show up 30, 60, 90 days down the road. And so if what you are doing is not producing the results that you are looking for, that is a great opportunity um, to just peer over the fence and look for another lead gen pillar. Thank you for sharing that. I wrote in the chat DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, and that's just a great loan option to know about when working with investors in general. And then also, we talked about on this call, pertinent to seniors last week, the family opportunity mortgage. So if you have people in your database, let's say a 35-year-old my generation who has a parent that is lower income and on disability, you can talk to your clients about a family opportunity mortgage where they can get in primary homeowner terms to buy an investment property. And if they don't qualify, once you educate them on the family opportunity mortgage, so I could go buy a single family ranch style home as an investment property, but it's for my mom who is on disability and can't afford to purchase a home. but I'm going to pay the new and improved amazing rates that are coming out over the past week and not have to pay 7.5% like an investor and put 20% down. So that's a really good talking point too, as we're digging deep and trying to find um, leads inside of our already existing people, our spheres. And then if that is of interest, I'm actually working I'm working with this situation right now. A gentleman who I know from church, mom retired. She can't afford to buy a home on her own, but also can't afford to move to senior living. And so we're looking at places for him to purchase himself as investment, but to give mom a place to live. And so if he doesn't qualify for the family opportunity mortgage through Fannie and Freddie, then we'll look at a DSCR where basically the lender will just look at what the income from rent is versus the debt, and then your rate is going to be based off of how great or not great, how risky that ratio is, debt to income. So great point. Thank you for sharing. Any other wins this week?
Gretchen, can you put the info for that lender that you're working with for that family opportunity mortgage?
Yes, I'm pretty sure Paul can do those. But
Awesome. Okay.
yeah, let's start with asking him.
I've
But
just not heard of.
I'll put a link to just educating everyone opportunity mortgage. And it's a great, like, I feel like we don't talk about that enough because I mean, it could really help a family out from a building wealth through real estate perspective. Here's an Investopedia. Some people love Investopedia, some people hate it, but I think they're pretty clear in just educating. So it's a conventional loan. I'll just read you the key takeaways quick. Family Opportunity Mortgage is a type of conventional loan with distinct guidelines that allow buyers to purchase a home for either disabled adult children or elderly parents. So rack your brain also. And that is a good one for you, Heather, working in I always forget what it's called, the League of the Blind, I think. But for your work, disabled children also are eligible, so adult children. And then Family Opportunity Mortgage allows borrowers to access more favorable interest rates without having to live in the home. And the property does have to meet some qualifications, similar to like a VA loan, but it has to be structurally sound, insurable, connected to utilities. It has to be livable. You can't use that product on a a dud. So definitely a good one to educate yourself on and have it as a tool in your toolbox. Write an email about it, write a blog about it. Um, Use that for your lead generation if you are focusing on the disability community or senior population. Any other wins? Wins. I will share with you all. It's not a win, but it's scary. It's really scary. I guess it is a win because I'm betting on me. We show up all the time, and you are the ones that you already understand the importance of coaching and accountability. Well, with a third baby on the way and my schedule just being so crazy, I realized I need to like take a step back. And the fall is always business planning season. So I think this is normal and that I'm not having a midlife crisis. But I felt the need. I just hired a coach and I'm spending more on coaching than I ever have, but she is someone that I know, love, and respect and gets results. And so I just wanted to share that with you all that I'm stepping into coaching. I have a coach locally. So now I hired a second coach, which is crazy, but really to focus on what does my 2026 vision look like and how will I achieve the goals I want to achieve while still being a mom with a newborn and two small children and a husband that works full time and still showing up for you all 100%. So that is my win. I've been contemplating it for a while. It's so much money, the most money I have ever spent on coaching, and I hit the button last night and sent my payment. So I'll be able to share some good stuff with you guys. It'll be a trickle down effect. The things I'm learning we'll be able to implement here too. So a win-win for all of us. Okay, no other wins. We have somebody joining. Let me make sure. Okay, good morning. Good morning. We're sharing wins. Don't want to put you on the spot, Sherry. You just joined, but if you have a win, we'd love to hear from you. If not, I'm going to jump into sharing my screen. Yes or no, has anybody played with the social media content calendar that went out for members this past week? And it's totally fine if not, because it's okay, great. I'm going to share my screen and just show you how to access it. And what is really great about this is that um, it's so user friendly once you know where to go. So I am going to go to our members only. I'm just going to start from the very beginning so that we're all on the same page. So here we are in our members only group. If you are a paying member, you have access to this group. If you are not, chat with me outside of this call. But I just wanted to highlight, because Rose, our amazing assistant, has put so much work into this. And she and I are going to collaborate weekly to release done for you social media content for our avatar. And for the sake of Productive Aging Collective, our avatar or ideal client is an aging adult looking to answer the question, where do I go next? And so we know that inside of that umbrella of a niche, we'll call that our niche, the aging adult population. Inside of that, there's a million different avatars. So whether you and only you can decide who your ideal client is. Do you want to deal with the eldest adult daughter who's making all the decisions for mom and dad? Do you want to deal with the actual senior? Once you have that identified, then you take this content, it is done for you, and you tweak it a little bit to talk directly to them. So every week, she's going to be posting a calendar just like this, and you'll be able to access it via a PDF or the actual Canva file. So as you can see here, she said she was very clear in her post, but if you go to the comments, right below, she linked the Canva file and the PDF. So I'm going to show you how to access it both ways. And we're going to start with the Canva link. So if you hit there, you will have access. And Geraldine is in the waiting room. Let me admit her. Sorry. So once you're in, here is our first 7 days, and then you'll see one this week. And once we get more of a well-oiled machine, they'll go out before the week of. But Rose is new to this, and we are collaborating. So each week I am giving her ideas to implement. And then this is for you to implement. So at the top, you'll see what type of post it is. So is this a static post or a graphic? Is this a reel? Or is this real inspo? So a real inspo is going to be something that shows you what you are going to create, but it's not created for you. And the reason is, again, going back to the avatar, in order for us, you've all heard the saying, when you speak to one, you sell to many. So in order for us to move the needle in our businesses, we have to identify who we're speaking to in our marketing. And so these real inspos really should be tweaked to who you want to talk to. And when I hit that, it will show me exactly what the inspiration is. So I don't know if you can hear it. Um, So this is a story reel where you're highlighting somebody's story. Obviously, you would have to get permission from a client. There are creative ways to do this without showing somebody's face or sharing their name. You could record their feet walking through a house. If they walk with a device, you could record them walking with their walker and then do a voiceover about finding the perfect home that will help somebody age in place or live in place long term, etc. So um, that is the first example of when you click. Now over here, a reel done for you. When you click on this, it's going to take you to the Canva link where there's the actual video, and you can change all of this stuff. So here's the video. If you want to post it just like this, and it says, this may sound dramatic, but thresholds can kill you. I love this one. I actually really love this one. And I will probably post it today. But look at that threshold. It definitely could cause a huge fall. So if you want to post it just like this, you're just going to go to share, download, and make sure you're downloading the actual video and then hit download. And then you'll be able to upload that into your Instagram or Facebook. So these are done for you reels. If this text doesn't fit your brand, maybe you're more of a, here are all my brands. So I have my real estate brand, I have our pack brand, and then another business I have is called Hello Culture. So let's say I want to post this for Empowered Homes. I'm going to pick something more on brand color wise. You cannot read that, so we're not going to do that. But maybe just do white with a black background. You can play around with the color. Also not super great from a legible perspective. So then
I'd
maybe
make
I'll go
the,
to
yeah, make
effects
the,
and do a
yeah,
background.
you could
I
make the
agree.
font bigger too. It's real, it's like big, big. I'm just,
No, that's great feedback. And you could
like,
also
yeah, there you go. I
make
mean,
the text
really.
box skinnier so it's right in the middle of the screen. So whatever you want it to look like, you could change it. I don't love that it's all underlined. I'll probably put a dot, dot, dot so people know to read the caption because this is our hook. This is going to get people to stop the scroll. Like, oh gosh, if my avatar is the eldest adult daughter, I'm going to make my caption about mom and dad. And so, oh goodness, my mom just started using a walker. I better stop and read this. So then I'm going to put my caption about mom and dad, but there's no more like you having to think about it because Rose and I are putting all the ideas out there for you. So this is a done for you. And then let's see where the captions are. And here you could see the caption. So again, a recommendation, not, you don't have to copy and paste. You can if you're in a pinch and you just want to post for the day. Remember, done is better than perfect every single time. And perfect will make you broke. So if you are booked and have a ton of appointments, just copy and paste these. It's okay. Now, ideally, you'll make it your own tone. You'll talk to your client, your ideal client. So I would say something like, since my avatar is the actual adult child and not the client, I'm going to say, okay, maybe not every threshold, but if your mom and dad use a walker, definitely, you'll definitely want to read this below and then talk about how falls in the home can be detrimental to health and life. Like once there's statistics, once you have a fall, the increased possibility of another fall or recurring falls just skyrockets with every fall. So I'm gonna make my caption something like that. But you don't have to. You can make yours whatever you want. So there's a reel. Here is a static graphic. Again, when you click the picture, it takes you right to Canva to modify it and make it your brand. So we're giving you the bones and you are putting the beef on it. You're making it more you. Here are 3 things to do to make your bathroom safer. I think less is more. So here are 3 things to make your bathroom safer. Um, or even if you want to be a little more like shocking, here are 3 things to prevent you from falling in the bathroom, because who doesn't want to know how to prevent a fall, um, etc. So you get the point. It takes you to the post, and then you get to tweak it, and then you get to post it. And if you adopt our social content for a month, 2 months, you are going to become the expert in your local market or for the people that are following you, because we're going to make it relevant. This month, September, is healthy aging and fall prevention awareness. So all of our posts that we're putting out are about holistic aging in place, productive aging at home, making the home safe for everyone. Here is a graphic about visitability. This is a word that's becoming increasingly popular in our industry, but it's still very new, like universal design. What the heck does visitability mean? Make your home welcoming for everyone. Well, that is a visually appealing. I'm a little bit more snarky. So I'm going to say something like, what the heck is visitability? And then I'm going to go in detail in my caption and talk about how visitability means. So there's not much of a caption here. I'm going to add visitability means when you have a 0-step entry and a bathroom on the main floor, making your home visitable for all people, something like that. So I just wanted to take today's call to show you that this is now available to you as members. And there's no reason for you, even if you start small, like take this done for you reel and one static post, take 2 of them and post them this week just to get in the habit of being the expert on this topic. But it is so easy the way that Rose set it up for you. I see these hashtags, and I know Rose is listening. Another good follow, if you do want to increase your social media presence, is Adam Mosseri. Let me see how you spell his last name. Mosseri. He's like the guy that builds Instagram. So he shares Adam, M-O Mosseri. Let me put that in the chat for you. But he came out last week and said basically hashtags are dead. So you could use the hashtags if you want. You don't have to. If you want to follow the guy who's building the machine, he says you don't have to. So his account is Mosseri. If you want some marketing tips, you can look at his stuff. I don't suggest scrolling on social media. I only suggest showing up for lead gen, time blocking, making your post, commenting on clients or past clients or desired clients' posts, and then getting off because it can be such a time suck. So that is a quick and dirty overview, but just to remind you, it tells you the type of post at the top. It gives you a theme here. Content creation day is not relevant to us, but laundry in the basement, visitability, inspiring recovery journey. So like tell a story about somebody's journey to finding their perfect home or to right sizing or downsizing, etc. Engagement prompts to get people to engage with your post. And then there's captions at the bottom. And in order to access what is built for that specific post, you just click on the picture and it will take you right there. What questions do you guys have? Do you find this valuable? I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of flat Stanleys today. Nobody's actually here. You're on mute, Linda, but I know that Canva is area of opportunity and we're going to work on it together. But just from a concept, do you find like the plug and play model valuable?
Yes. Because done is better than perfect.
And I think and I'm speaking for myself, my win for those of you that weren't on is that I just hired a coach because I have a lot of ideas, but implementation is really hard. Implementation is the number one thing that gets us all stuck in a rut. So our goal is to make that like gap between knowledge and implementation non-existent. And so done is better than perfect. Perfect makes you broke. You just got to start getting in the routine and they're going to stink at first. And you might get 5 people that like them, but habit stacking the marketing of the topics that you want to be an expert on, it's going to grow your business. There's just no other there's no other outcome. And just to remind you, for those of you that weren't on the call, when I shared the inspiring thing that helps me, ManyChat is an account on Instagram, and they made a really impactful post. And if you just have 300 followers, you're filling a movie theater. So that should be our first goal, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's our newsletter, whether it's a blog, whether it's an Instagram, a LinkedIn connections. Anybody that's been in real estate and has had traditional training, Keller Williams trains you that if you have 200 plus 1 people in your database that you're touching regularly, then you should do 20 deals a year, no problem. This is the same exact concept. If you can get 300 people on social media, following and engaging with you, and then you take and implement daily, you're going to grow your business. So that's the method behind the madness. That's why we created this for our group, because we want to squash that mindset block, whatever it is that keeps us from implementing. We wanted to minimize that gap between knowledge and implementation and make it so easy for you. Any questions, ahas?
I was gonna ask you if it would be beneficial. I would be willing to raise my hand and do like a half hour masterclass to help learn or teach people Canva.
I would love
I'm
that.
a pro with that thing. That thing, I've been using it for like 3 years and it still teaches me a bunch of stuff. But if there's quite a few people, like 2 or 3 people that need some help, I'd be willing to, if you want to reach out to me, or even if we have to record it and put it on here for the membership, that I'd be willing.
Amazing.
That would be great, Heather. I would love that. I would love that.
I wasn't going to volunteer anyone, but I know there's a couple people on this call that would
Yeah,
love that.
I'm like, what? How?
I got
What?
you, girls. I got you,
Because
girls. No
because
worries.
Gretchen goes around, she's like, click here, click here, click here. And I'm like, I'm like, so that
Yeah,
would be
I'd love
wonderful,
to.
Heather.
Yeah, well, just to let you know, Miss Linda, it took me about 6 months to get comfortable with it and really start like really just being comfortable. And it's taken me over a year to get good at my graphics. So it's a learning process.
So I am gonna wrap up our call since we're almost at 9:30. Today's masterclass, just as a heads up, is on right sizing, and I'm using a presentation that I built in Canva. And then for members, you'll be given that template. I think I've shared it before, but it's my presentation on senior living options or future living options, whichever one you want to use. And I'm actually going to open up our call, but I've been double booked, so I've recorded it, and I'm going to walk you through my presentation that I do for my senior living options seminar, and kind of break it down how you can use it for one-on-one appointment or a room full of 20 people, and how it is very much so a consultative approach and not a sales approach. And Heather and Linda, let's get together. I know, Linda, I sent you a Thursday time to do some Canva. Why don't I post in the Facebook group? Why don't you guys look out for it? I'll post like 2 or 3 times this week that work, and you guys can vote on which one is best, and we can get as many people on that want to work on Canva.
Yeah. I was just typing a message. I was just gonna say, let's see how many people we can get, maybe like in the private group, and then see how it goes, and then we can put it in the public group if you want to do it that way.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
I appreciate
Thank
you guys
ladies.
showing up. Go forth and be awesome today. Only 3 weeks left in Q3, and then it's basically Christmas. So let's get focused and implement away.
Okay,
See ya.
great. Thanks.